Shalom, shalom. Israel's brothers Abba Yalla coming at you with another cold cut. I'd like to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I'd like to give double honor to the men out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth and honesty and sincerity. Right, the men out there. I'm just like the women out there raising up their children in this wicked society, right, guiding their households and referencing their husbands, and the mighty children as well. That's in their parents' household that may not have anybody to congregate with, watching the videos, taking notes, being diligent, and being a light to them that are, those that are without. Shalom, shalom, man. It's gonna be a quick. It's going off the spirit. It's gonna be a quick cold cut. Just going on to motivation, confidence. All right. You may have, different depression demons. You may have different demons. And I know I have it as well. Just like, why am I in this thing? I keep going off. At the end of the day, you understand this is a trial. You're living in the last days. Complaining has never did anything for you. Why do you do it now? Complaining is not, there's no Bible verse that says take 7 minutes to complain and then you will get the king. It's not in there. Stop complaining all the damn time, man. Let's get back up and go to work. That's what our fathers did. Nehemiah didn't complain. He just got to the work. Ezra didn't complain. He was a ready scribe in the law of Moses. He just got to work, man. They seen the problem and they got the solution. They were solution minded. They were true businessmen, man. All right. They didn't really deal with emotions. We got, and myself included, our 21st century, brothers and sisters deal with a lot of emotion because, this society says it's okay to do that. In the ancient world, we weren't dealing with a lot of emotion. Let me go to the book. You need to motivate yourself, man. If nobody's going to motivate you, you need to motivate you. Let me go to the book of Ezra. Just read about our fathers, man. Right, this is the book of Ezra. Chapter 7 and 6. This Ezra went up from Babylon, and he was a ready scribe in the law of Moses. What does it mean to be ready? That means to be prepared, man. Ezra was already, he wasn't moping all day because he came from Babylon, man. Our forefathers was in slavery just like us, man. But he was ready scribe in the law of Moses, man. All right, and it says, which the Lord God of Israel had given, and the king granted him all his requests according to the hand of the Lord his God upon him, man. Right? So why was the Lord upon him? Because Ezra was serving the Most High instantly, day and night, prayer, fasting. He didn't give up, man. So the Lord was with him even in the time of his slavery. That's how the Lord was with all of our fathers. The Lord can be with you like that if you just stop complaining and get the hell up and motivate yourself, man. You may not be where you want to be. You may not be where you want to be spiritually, physically, financially. Who knows? But this is your lot, man. What you gonna yell up to the Most High and ask him these questions and complain before the Lord? Just do your job, man. And the Lord got you in that day. Right? Let me go to the book of Acts 14. I think a lot of our brothers forgot why and forgot how hard this trial is. Right? It's Acts chapter 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of heaven. Through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom. You have to go through much trials and errors to get to the kingdom of God. You have to. I mean, it's written. It's there. You have to. It's not an option. So whatever your trial and tribulation is, it may be different from the next brother, but you got to bear it on the chin as a good soldier of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. I mean, you got to continue to exhort your Akim as well. Let me go to the book of Hebrews. You got to continue to exhort your Akim, man. And have patience with the brothers that may not be in the spirit, or even with yourself that may not be in the spirit. You got to have patience, man. You can't let your emotions dictate how hard you serve the Lord. You have to serve the Lord whether you're depressed. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. You have to serve the Lord 144% whether you're depressed. You have to serve the Lord 144% whether you're happy, excited. You have to serve the Lord 144% whether you're sad, whether your mom died yesterday, your father passed away. You have to serve the Lord 144%. Hey, the Lord took away Ezekiel's wife. Did Ezekiel get up the next morning and serve the Most High? Yes. Isaiah had to walk around naked. Did he get up and serve the Lord the next day? Yes, man, because he had to. And not just serve the Lord, he did it with his whole heart. He was ready. just like Ezra, right? This is the book of Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 12. Take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief. What is an evil heart? An evil mind of unbelief, doubt, right? Not believing, lack of confidence, lack of faith. You don't want that, right? And it says, in departing from the living God, because your mind starts to depart from the Lord, right? And it says, but exhort one another daily. Now let's look up the definition of exhort. If you're going to exhort one another, you need to learn how to exhort yourself first. Strongly encourage or urge someone to do something, right? I don't know if you can see it, kind of got a bad glare. Strongly urge or encourage someone to do something. How about you exhort yourself? You exhorting all these brothers, but when it comes to you, you can't bear that, man. Let me go to the book of Job. And they got on Job like that. Let me see if I can find this precept, man. Right? They got on Job like that, man. This is Job chapter 4 and verse 3. Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. So Job was out there exhorting people. Job was out there strengthening the weak hands. Brothers was out there faint. Brothers was out there with lack of motivation, confidence. But guess what? He was out there strengthening them. He was out there pulling out the precepts. He was out there. Didn't you see? He was exhorting them, telling them the works of our mighty forefathers and foremothers, getting them back up. Right? Thy words, verse 4, thy words have upholded him that was fallen, and thou hast strengthened the weak, feeble knees. And that's what Job did. Those people that were fallen in the spirit, he strengthened them in the Lord and in the words of the Most High. Right? He reminded them that they were Israelites. They were Hebrews first. And that they got to get back up because there's a kingdom coming. Right? That's what he did. But what? But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest, it touches thee, and thou art troubled. And now all those trials and tribulations that he was exhorting to other people that they were going through to get through, now it came upon Job, and now he's troubled. He can't handle it. He doesn't know how to exhort himself. He doesn't know the same words he was speaking to other people. He doesn't know how to do that with himself, man. Right? And guess what? Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy uprightness of thy ways, and thy hope? Right? So guess what? You can't be like that. You can't be exhorting other individuals. You can't be making videos. You can't be reading. You can't say, I love the Lord, I want to serve the Most High. And as soon as the Most High touches you with some trials and tribulation, you down in the damn spirit, man. I mean, there's billions of people on earth. There's people not in the truth right now. That's one. They're not even in the truth. That they're looking for the truth. One, you got the truth. And then they're going through some of the worst things that you can't even imagine. There's homeless people that's walking around in 5-degree weather with no socks on. Not even shoes, no socks. There's some people in homeless shelters right now, don't know what's going on. They still trying to find the truth, and they got to go through the homeless shelter route. You found the truth in watching a video, smoking a blunt or something. Huh? You found the truth walking past the Israelites. You had a house over your head. You had a Bible at home that grandma gave you. You still got love and support from your family, even when you in the truth right now, and they still look out for you. Your mother still love you. Your father still love you. There's brothers in the truth that got kicked out of their homes, man. There's brothers that's not in the truth that got kicked out of their homes. You still have all those different things, and you mad because you don't got no money. Brothers, that's carnal, man. You mad because you're not where you want to be in life. Who gives a damn, man? Right? You got the words of the living God, and you're living in the last days. These banks are failing right now, man. I mean, these banks are utterly destroying themselves. And Joe Biden is lying to the public saying these things are safe. You are living in the end of the world. Our forefathers desired to see these things, man. Let me go to the book of Matthew, man. Let me finish this off. Hebrews 3:13. But exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin, man. Daily. I mean, when you get up in the morning, exhort yourself, man. It's another day. Let's fight, right? Satan ain't gonna get me today. Ooh, I know these demons gonna try to get me. Hey, I know the demons I'm dealing with, so I gotta watch out for this demon. I gotta watch out for this demon. I gotta watch out for this demon trying to get me down. Depressed. I can't get depressed today. We too close to the kingdom, baby. Ooh, man, finals is around the corner, right? Hey, people do that before they take tests. Ooh, finals is around the corner. Can't wait. All right, let me get myself together. Actually, let me go over my notes real quick. Let me see what I can get. Right? They're not doubting themselves because they failed a quiz 3 months ago, man. Let me go to Matthew. Because the Lord said our forefathers desired to see these things, man. And we seen these things, but we getting caught up in a society that's getting ready to perish. This is Matthew chapter 13 And I'll start at verse 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which you see. Ezra desired to see the things which we see right now. I mean, he was asking so many questions about the end days. I mean, think about it. Job desired to see these things right now, man. Right? A lot of our forefathers desired to see these times that we're living in, man. I mean, they'll love to see the banks crashing right now. Oh, I wrote about this prophecy. Daniel would probably say I wrote about this prophecy. Right? Haggai. Oh, they rebuilding this is the temple they rebuilt. I thought it was a physical temple. No, it's not a physical. We are the temple. They want to see these things right now, man. And you have an opportunity to see these things and live these things out and see the wonders the living God is implementing on the earth. 2 Ezra 9:1, his hand is touching the earth right now. What the hell are you complaining for? I got problems. You got problems. If you're watching this video, we know that. And some problems may be more severe than others. But only the Most High will put you in situations you can't get out of just to show that he's the Most High. So just trust in the Most High and just watch him work. Right? And it says, desire to see those things which you see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which you hear and have not heard them. So the Lord said, you hearing things right now and seeing things right now that many of our forefathers that we read about and we glorify every day, they wanted to see these things, but they can't see these things. Right? Let me go to the book of 2 Peter. But if you can't, you got to be able to see afar off. You got to have vision in this thing to have motivation. This is 2 Peter chapter. Actually, let me go to 1 Peter 1 first. All right, to prove my point. Right. This is 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 5. Who are kept, verse 4, to inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you, who are kept by the power of the Most High through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time. So these things are revealed in the last time. These things are being revealed before your face. You're seeing literally the scriptures, this book playing out on the earth. Our forefathers didn't get to see these things, man. Daniel had to seal up the book and go his way. Just read Daniel chapter 12 and verse 10. He had to literally seal up the book and go about his business, man. That's what the angel told him, man. The angel already told Ezra he's getting the kingdom. What the hell is you so worried about the last day? Why are you so worried, man? Right? But guess what? They really desired to see these things. I mean, our forefathers died for a kingdom they never saw. I mean, let's go to the book of Hebrews real quick. All right? Let's go to the book of Hebrews. Imagine dying for something you've never seen before. All right? This is the book of Hebrews. You get to see these things, man. We got to have motivation, right? This is the book of Hebrews chapter 11. Verse 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promises. They didn't even receive the promises that were promised them. They died believing it was going to come. If it didn't come to them, it came for their children, man. Right? And it says, but having seen them afar off, our forefathers had vision. They motivated themselves. It may not happen in this life, but it's going to happen in the next generation. If not the next generation, the generation after that. If not the next generation after that, the generation after that, man. Because the Lord said so. They had vision. You're in the gym, pounding the basketballs. You're in the soccer field, kicking the soccer ball. But the championship game's not but 4 months away. But you're getting prepared now. The game didn't start Friday. It started Sunday when you went to sleep the next morning. It was Monday. That's when the game started. It's called preparation. Our forefathers prepared. Why was Ezra so ready in the law of Moses? Because he understood that it's not him getting prepared, it's him being already prepared. He had vision already, man. They died seeing these things afar off. They seen the kingdom without seeing the kingdom. You got to be able to see that championship ring and that championship crown on your head before it's actually on your head. You got to be able to see that. You can't be like Thomas. You can't say I have to see it to believe it, man. What does that mean? You have to put the damn finger. You can't be like that. You have to say, you know what? I'm going through hell right now, but I know it's for a greater cause. I will endure and I will get through this one day. One day is going to turn into two. Two is going to turn into four. Four is going to turn into 16. 16 is going to turn into 64 days, man, that I endured. And guess what? I'm going to die the same way if it be my lot, or I'll be able to see the Son of Man coming into his kingdom. I know it will happen because these words are true. How do I know it's true? I see it playing out on the earth right now. The Lord said the banks and the money's going to crash, and the dollar's not going to profit in the day of evil. I see these banks crashing. Check off that list. I know this is true. It says, but having seen them afar off and were persuaded of them and embraced them and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. You don't belong in this earth. You're not supposed to be friends with this world. You are a pilgrim on the earth. This society wasn't made for you. It's okay if you're not prospering here. Stop fretting yourself of him that prospereth in the way. Let me go to that Psalms 37. Actually, before I get that, let me go to Psalms 37 before I get my next precept. So you got to understand something, man. You got to have vision, and you got to be able to motivate yourself. If you don't have vision, it's going to be easy to fall out. It's going to be easy to have doubts. What are you doubting for if you know what's going to happen? You see these things happening, man. This is Psalms chapter 37. This is Psalms chapter 37. And I'm going to start at verse 7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Wait patiently for. Did the Lord say wait and complain? If you're going to complain to the Lord. If it's really that's it, throw up prayers to the Most High. And constantly do it as it says in Job chapter 23. And make intercession. How your spirit makes intercession for you. But other than that, just wait patiently for him. And what? Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bring wicked devices to pass. Yeah, these millionaires, $40 million mansions, 300,000 per year, 400 million per year, and they making all this money. They traveling to Greece by boat, and they doing 365-day world trips around the world, and they're seeing plants you've never thought of seeing. Jake, you used to seeing bushes all day. They're seeing plants of, different colors in the sea, and the sand is black and pink and purple, and all you do is see grass in your backyard. Let me look up the definition of fret. Stop fretting, man. Right? Fret. Be constantly or visibly worried or anxious. Stop being constantly anxious all the damn time and worried all the damn time. Just read Matthew 6:33. What the hell are you worried for, man? Worry about what's going on today. You alive, right? I'm pretty sure you ate you some food if you wasn't fasting. Your lips, your tongue allowed you, and your lips moved in a way where you can throw up prayers to the Most High. You were able to throw fringes on your shirt and open up the Bible this morning and read and have the ability to understand what you're reading. You have a dwelling place with heat and drinks. You got water. Some people don't even got that. You got fingers. You didn't wake up paralyzed. Your heart didn't stop last night because of your sins. What are you complaining for? Just wait patiently for the Lord. Stop fretting and stop worrying about things that may or may not go your way because other people got certain things, man. The Lord said is wait patiently for him because this is your lot. Deal with it. Motivate yourself. And guess what? Go as hard for the Lord as you can. And the way you motivate yourself is by seeing things afar off. You have to have vision. Let me go back to that 2 Peter. This is 2 Peter 1:9. But he that lacketh these things is blind and cannot see afar off. If you lack certain things, if you lack godliness, if you lack patience, discipline doesn't always mean refraining from sexual pleasure or refraining from eating pork. Discipline refrains from complaining, man. Stop murmuring before the Lord, man. All you do is murmur all day before the Most High, like he don't hear these things. You think if you murmur in your mind, the Lord still heard you. If you're doing these things, if you don't have faith, virtue, knowledge, temperance, patience, godliness, brotherly kindness, and charity, you can't see afar off. And what happens? But he that lacketh these things is blind. Your Lord called you blind. Yeah, you may see. You may be able to see this video. You may be able to see your notebook. You may be able to see your pen. But the Lord said you're blind. How? Because you cannot see cannot see afar off and have forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. You forgot that you were purged from your old sins, man. So stop murmuring. Stop forgetting that you're. What happens if you forget? Let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 8. Because you have a lot of men that forget what just happened to them. You have a lot of men forget that they were